10 years with this baby. It's time to show and tell you all about it. I saved up all my pennies in 2016 to buy this microphone. I got it for about $3,000. Yes, that is a lot, but I took my career very seriously as an up-and-coming singer and songwriter, and it was definitely worth it for vocals. I bought this because I got to use it in Stargate's studio back in the day when I was signed. Then my boy August Rigo had one when we moved to LA, so I got to use it then. I remember taking a post-it note and writing W-O on it, and I taped it onto the mic so it said womanly, but at the time I actually had no idea that Manley is actually a woman. So shout out to Ava Manley for founding this incredible brand. We wish her a very happy new adventure because she recently sold this company to Dirk Ulrich, who seems to be having a lot of fun with it. This mic has been used by the Backstreet Boys, Katy Perry, Red Hot Chili Peppers, David Bowie, and countless others. So you're probably here to find out what the hype is all about. I'll tell you a bit about this thing, and then I'll take you into the booth and we'll do some proximity testing, some plosive and sibilance stuff, and then I'll sing in my softer, mid-range, and powerful ranges, both raw and mixed, so you can get the full scope of how this performs, at least on female vocals. It is a tube condenser with a cardioid polar pattern. People say it's known for being super detailed. The high end is very present, but it's also quite warm. It really does feel like the perfect vocal microphone, though it is also praised for strings and guitars. It basically picks up everything, so as much as that's its superpower, you're gonna need a very well acoustically treated room. Noisy rooms or slightly reverberant spaces, we're gonna be able to hear all of the room, so keep that in mind. It comes in this really solid case. The mic comes with this cool leather dust cover. If you're not lazy like me, you can protect your mic between sessions. The shock mount is super solid. If I accidentally bump the desk while recording, I'll probably have to re-record that take, but that thump sound isn't that crazy. They provide these extra rubber bands, but I haven't used a single one of them. Here is your power supply, and it comes with this 6-pin XLR cable, which you plug into the power supply. Everything does feel super solid. This is really strong metal. It holds the cables super tight. I've never experienced any weird things with the connections. The only thing is you are gonna have to buy another 3-pin XLR cable to plug in from the power supply to your interface. I love how long this cable is because I do have a long way to go from my desk to my vocal booth. Looking closer at the mic, this thing is very heavy. It's very premium quality. This is also made in the USA, by the way. I have been pretty lazy just leaving it on the stand in the studio, not using the dust cover. And honestly, the capsule is just fine. It's very well built. I've changed the tube like 3 times in 10 years, and actually I think I may not have needed to because I discovered there was a noise I was hearing from a plugin actually that must have become incompatible or something. It was causing this weird crackly hiss, which is really similar to the sound of your tube going out. So I actually think the tube really doesn't need to be replaced as much as people say. They say like it goes bad every 6 months. That is not my experience whatsoever. I probably only really needed to change it once, which tells me they probably use a really high quality tube when they first put the mic together. All that's on the mic itself is this pad switch and then the 6-pin. This is 1 polar pattern cardioid only, shock mount already installed, and your versatile connector for your mic stand. Okay, let's go in the booth where I will be running this through just my Apogee Symphony desktop interface into Pro Tools. No additional preamp, no plugins at first. I might just boost the audio in post so we can hear the raw sound a lot better, but I will not add anything else. And quick thing to note for those of you who have experience with a condenser mic but not one with a power supply, you do not need to engage phantom power because it has its own power.
Pretty purple butterflies play by the pond.
Yeah, that was pretty sensitive. Let's try it with the pop filter.
Pretty purple butterflies play by the pond.
That's still honestly kind of sensitive. So you are hearing my audio coming through the mic now. Much better than that DJI little mic, sorry. I'm gonna add a windscreen though, because I think that will help me a lot because my plosives are intense.
Sally sold seashells by the seashore.
Yeah, sibilance is pretty sharp as well, so we'll definitely put a de-esser on this. But just to give you the totally raw audio, we're gonna do no plugins on this take.
Oh,
We're gonna have to change the gain level for the proximity test. Turning my gain down. All right, let's hear the 3 different tones. Turn that gain back up. How did everything change? Okay, guys, what are you hearing? I spent enough time in this cave, so please check in with me in the comments. Let me know what you're hearing. But now let's listen with the full edit, vocal chain on plugins and everything. How did everything change? I think you could hear there's a reason I've been using this for 10 years, but I will say it probably has stood the test of time because I keep it pretty stationary in my studio. I'm not taking it on the road with me. I would say this mic really is for professional vocalists and probably just about all instruments except for drums. However, if I had a really great drum room, maybe I would use this as a room mic, but I wouldn't spend $3 grand on a room mic. So what do we think? Let me know in the comments. Let me know if I should do more gear review videos like this, because mostly what I do on this channel is run my vocals through plugins, and I also do some Pro Tools tutorials. Check out this playlist to hear some of those crazy plugins on my voice. You can grab my plugins at the link below. There are free trials, and I will see you in the next video.